Good afternoon, troops. It's the Colonel, live from his bunker for this blustery Wednesday. I'm having a quick look at Kempton Park this evening on the all-weather. I think there's a couple of betting opportunities, a couple of things to have a little look at, and also to let you know that leading up to Christmas, that's when I'll start to get pretty busy. That period when, obviously, when the flat turf is finished and the jumps start to happen, I always used to make hay leading up to Christmas, especially with novice hurdles. I think that's the time to concentrate on novice hurdles. Really, you're fielding around probably two and a half runners a race, and I think you can make it pay. So leading up to Christmas, we're probably going to be very busy. As I said, today, betting opportunities on a bit of a thin ground, let's say, but there's a couple. Star Sheba be the jolly in the first, a good old Favorito. I think 2.5, what's that, 6-4 in old money, is a fairish price, but I wouldn't be taking 6-4 about it. But saying that, the second in, that Desert Boots, you know, that's a monkey. That's got a time form squiggle. So I wouldn't be playing that. Then you look at the third in and the fourth in. There's not really much opposition against this jolly in the first. And Jason Watson could quite easily nick this. As I said, that second in, don't rely upon that. That's a right monkey. Next race on the card is a nursery. Now, we always used to say top weight in a nursery, but the top weight in this race is Fox Decree, and that would be about a 20 chance. So we won't be looking at that, I don't think. Now, this is, again, an interesting little race. I fancy one each way here. I fancy this Air Force. This horse, what is it? The 7 horse. It's about a 7 chance. I think it's just got an each way squeak. Winner last time out. I think that was at Leicester, if I remember right. I think it's got an each way squeak tonight, a working man's price. Favourite's got every chance, around about a 9-4 poke there, that 3 horse Elegant Charm. But as I said, I just think that third in, possibly a small each way interest. Next race is a novice event. You're going to have a long odds on jolly there. Now, in the old days, before the exchanges come along, we used to love these type of races where they bet something like 1 to plenty, the favourite. What's the favourite? It'll be about a 5 on poke, I think. What's it? 4 on, sorry, on machine at the moment. Second in's going to be about an 8 chance. Then it's going to be about 12, and then it's going to be a million bar. And we used to try and get on the second in each way, all over the country. It used to be so difficult. But we used to get on, and the amount of times that we used to collect, and every so often you got the crown jewels because the 4 on poke got beat and the second in won. So that's the type of race that we used to be looking at before the exchanges. So who knows, probably Glampus would be a knocking each way bet for nothing against the long odds on jolly, that Hickory for James Fanshawe. So again, I'll be looking at that race, a little bit of interest, possibly fielding around probably the second and third favourite each way. Next race, impossible handicap. They're going to bet sort of 5-2 the field. The next race, another tricky handicap. Then another mile-and-a-half handicap. Then another mile-and-a-half handicap. And then you got the lucky last. You got a good old stayers race. They keep going around till they get dizzy. Well, this is over 2 mile round Kempton. I think you got to be up with the pace in these stayers races at Kempton. It's no good coming from a mile behind. And the favourite could probably get an early posse, Blazing 5, and for Roger Teal, possibly the best horse in the race. But then I'll start looking for something each way, just to give a little bit of value. And I'd probably look at the second in here. I'll be looking at Tidal Storm, be around about a 5 chance, and I'd think that you'd have to be difficult not to get this in the, it would be difficult not to get this in the front 3, I think. Some firms might be playing 1, 2, 3, 4. I ain't really looked at this race, tell you the truth, on the old odds checker. But have a little look at that race. As I said, the stayers race at Kempton, you got to be up with the pace. And I think if Tidal Storm can sort of keep up with the pace and make sure that he's got the favourite within its sights, I think it could run into a place. Who knows, it could even beat the jolly. But that's just a quick look at Kempton. But as I said, coming up to December, leading up to December, when I love the novice hurdles, I only think there's 2 runners. And also I like when there's horses with double penalties, because I like to take on horses with double penalties. It's an old adage that I've made plenty of money over the years. And anyway, keep in contact with us, and we'll see what we can do for you. Take care of yourselves, and remember, better be born lucky than clever.